We've been working very hard in this course as we master the technologies that would be utilized We call these mini GBICs often because they're much like the gigabit interface converters we could insert inside of our Cisco equipment before, except that these are even smaller in form factor. So we'll take a look at some various SFPs that you could have in your data center environment. What's more interesting, at least to me in this chapter, is a certain style of interface card that we'll look at called a VIC, a virtual interface card. This is a converged network adapter for our environment that you're going to love, and you're going to be really fascinated by its features. And then we'll go ahead and wrap up, and we'll talk about a particular Nexus switch, and we'll talk about the 5500 UP, and we'll see how it would be connected to the northbound local area network and the northbound storage area network. Remember, and let me describe this to you right now because we really haven't talked about it yet, but you'll see as you advance in your data center training here how we're going to have something like the UCS chassis with all these server blades in it, and it's going to make connections up to fabric interconnects, and then those are going to make connections into maybe the 2000 series, and they're going to make connections into the 5000 series, and Cisco refers to this as northbound. So operates with our traditional 50 micrometer multi-mode fiber links, and it also operates on a 62.5 micrometer FIDI grade multi-mode fibers that have a longer, or actually shorter reach, right, than the 50 micrometer. But again, no sense memorizing these exact models or anything like that. We just wanted to present to you the tremendous variety that you have when it comes to these SFPs. And notice there are plenty of SFPs that are targeted specifically at 10 gigabit per second Ethernet. You'll see 10G in the names of these particular SFPs, and you'll also notice short range and long range varieties that are available. So one of the things that you would want to do, obviously, is you'd want to make sure that your hardware platform and your software running on that particular hardware platform are capable of supporting the particular SFP that you want to utilize. That is something very, very important to carry out. For example, here on screen you can see I've written the Fabric Extender Transceiver 10G. This is supported only on fabric uplinks from a Nexus 2000 device to the parent device, which obviously we know is going to be a 5000 series device. Okay, so this is specifically for the 2000 to the 5000. It is a particular device that is very specific to that connectivity environment, and the FET10G must be connected to another exact FET10G. So there are going to be very specific utilizations and present itself to the VMs that are running on the server blade as particular virtual network cards. Unbelievable. If we have an operating system that we want to present a virtual Ethernet card to, we present it with a virtual network interface card. If there's an operating system that we want to present a fiber channel host bus adapter to, we go ahead and we create a virtual host bus adapter for that particular purpose. So notice we are segregating traffic in hardware. We don't need software. We don't need VLANs in order to do that segregation. They're each able to achieve their own virtual Ethernet or virtual host bus adapter, and that particular virtual device is able to communicate that information upstream to these devices for excellent segregation. This is an end-to-end standards-based architecture for virtualization as defined in 802.1qbh by the IEEE, and Cisco made sure to attend to these standards with their virtual interface card technologies. Truly remarkable. So this is really an interesting development, isn't it? When we talk about being able to identify and segregate the traffic of virtual machines flowing through our data center environment, it used to be that we would focus on a software That's a true benefit provided by Unified Fabric. But we're looking for what is not a benefit. Be sure to read very carefully in your exam environment. Centralized management. That sounds good to me. That would be a benefit. Encryption at layer 1. I don't think we've talked about that capability thanks to Unified Fabric, but let's check D. Consolidation. Yeah, of course, specifically consolidation of LAN and SAN I/O in one unified infrastructure. So, the correct answer, not a benefit provided by the Unified Fabric, encryption at layer 1. Great job. Awesome work on this exam time break. So, isn't it nice not to have to work so hard in a nugget for a change? Yeah, this was fun. Simple and fun. We took a look at small form factor pluggable transceivers that are available for your equipment. They're hot swappable. They give you a lot of flexibility when it comes to configuring the particular layer 1 infrastructure that you are interested in. We spent a bit more time, and I got all excited about the virtual interface card technology from Cisco, allowing you to carve up multiple virtual NICs and virtual host bus adapters for your needs, and to identify the traffic of particular VMs and segregate it from other VMs, and to do that right in hardware. Finally, we took a look at the 5500 UP Nexus switches in a sample infrastructure, and we saw how they would be a unified access layer, allowing us to communicate LAN and SAN traffic northbound with ease to our rack-mounted server equipment. I hope you found this nugget informative, and I want to thank you for viewing.